Okay, this is Ringwalk Media, in association with Redline Specialist Cars, Highland Whiskey Clan, one-to-one boxing gyms, and the Glove Box Management. Mr. Jason Quigley, it's only taken you about 3 months and you come back off of Everest to talk to me. You even ignored me at the weekend. How are you, sir?
I'm all good, lad. I'm all good. And you?
I'm all right. You were a busy boy this weekend, weren't you? Had a few fighters out.
Yeah, busy weekend. We had Tyler Jolly kicking it off and in good style over in Scotland at the Gladiator St Andrews show. Tyler was in his first 10 rounder as a professional, first
Yep.
title fight, won the British Boxing Board of Control Celtic title. Stopped Jake Tinklin in the ninth round. Jake, unbelievable warrior, comes from a great gym in St Joseph's there in Wales with Billy and all the guys in the corner down there. Um, Real tough lad, Tyler stopped him in the ninth round. The corner pulled him out, and I think a really good decision and a really mature decision by the corner. Because Tyler was landing some big heavy shots on him. And yeah, look, Tyler got in there, took care of business, got the job done in good style, and it sets him up lovely now. He got a bit of a cut over his eye, so needs a wee bit of time now to heal and recover. And
Yeah.
he set himself up lovely on Friday night. That was the first of three. So we had Cahill McLaughlin and Danny Duffy on then, and two great performances in Belfast then from them two guys.
They were good
Cahill went
fights.
in and, yeah, good fights. Cahill went in, took care of business, looked good doing it. And Danny, I think, was a fantastic performance by him against Livewire Maguire. A lot of people will know him. So yeah, he put in a brilliant performance, hurt Maguire near the end of the fight and everything. I was very impressed with Danny and that's Cahill and Danny now 2-0 and looking now to have a busy rest of the year. So time for me to get down to my job and get them back in the ring ASAP.
Do some work for a change. You know we're only joking, mate. Well, listen, we always talk to you about boxing, but something else has happened in your life earlier on in the year, which was on a serious note. You did it for charity. You actually went to base camp on Everest. Now, I couldn't imagine doing it because I have a problem walking from here to the restaurant and back again. But you've put yourself into a very uncomfortable place. You've gone up to Everest base camp, challenged yourself, and earned quite a bit of money for charity. Just tell me about that whole experience and what the charity is and what it was for.
Yeah, look, first and foremost, it was for the Blue Stack Foundation, an unbelievable charity here in Donegal, an unbelievable foundation here. Um, it's like a respite, it's like help for Down syndrome and families, with kids and adults even, that
Mm,
that are disabled and just different things going on in life. Do you know what I mean? They're
yeah,
absolutely fantastic. So they're a breath of fresh air, to be honest, lad. Like every time I go in there, I come out just beaming from ear to ear, smiling and laughing. The crack that I have with everybody in there is unbelievable, and the workers are just something else as well. Like the way that they carry themselves in there and treat everybody in there. It's absolutely fantastic. Like and once I knew that this hike or climb, whatever it is that you want to call it, up the Everest Base Camp was for that, Anne-Marie McGeehan, a local woman here where I'm from, asked me to do it. And I was like, yeah, 100%. Like climbing mountains and going to Everest Base Camp was never something on my bucket list. It was never something that I said, oh, geez, can't wait to do this someday. But once I knew it was for the Blue Stack, and I looked at, don't get me wrong, I looked it up and I was like, wow, this is an unbelievable opportunity. And what people don't understand is you paid for the trip yourself. Like a
yeah,
lot of people raise money and say you raise 10,000, 5, 6 grand of it will pay off the trip and then the rest of the money goes to the foundation.
yeah.
Whereas this was every percent that was raised went straight to the foundation. The link that we used went straight to the foundation. It didn't come into anybody's hands that was doing the climb themselves.
That's
But
amazing.
it was a fantastic experience, lad. Like, I am so, so delighted that I've done it. And anybody asks me, should they do it? Absolutely, 100%. Would I ever do it again? Absolutely not. But I'm so happy that I've done it. And like what you were saying there, lad, like you're like, oh, I don't know, you have trouble walking to the shop, all this crack that you're saying. Like physically, it is challenging, but it's not as challenging as you would expect physically. Like it's 6 hours on average every day of just hiking and climbing, but it's at a slow pace. Like it's not as if that you have to keep up to a certain time. Yes, we would like to get in before it gets dark and everything like that. But when we first arrived, we were 3 days waiting to get into Lukla because if anybody doesn't know, Lukla Airport is one of the most dangerous airports in the world, and it comes in over the Himalaya mountains. So it
Yeah.
has to be a crystal clear day, no wind or anything like that there. So we had to wait 3 days and we still didn't get a plane in. We had to get a helicopter in because the planes weren't going for 3 days in a row. So that was an experience in itself, but we were that late in that we had to get on the ground right away. And the first night, climbing, we did 6, 7 hours. It was only meant to be like 4 hours. So we had to kind of catch
Yeah.
up on what we'd already done or what we'd already missed. Um, and that was probably the most difficult day, but a Sherpa up there told me that slow is the medicine of the mountain. So the slower you go, the better because you're going up into altitude all the time. And the
Mm.
slower that you go up into altitude, the more time the body has to adjust and to adapt to it. Um,
What was that
so
like?
like the altitude was tight, lad. Like there was one day that we were doing a altitude acclimatization hike. So there was times we got to a base and we stayed there for the night. The next day, we would climb up maybe 500, 600 meters of altitude and
Mm.
then come straight back down and stay there the night again. And that on our first acclimatization night, or the day that we went to do that climb, the first 15 minutes, I was fine. I was buzzing, good energy, ready to rock and roll. 15 minutes into it, lad, I just flatlined. Like I was
Yeah.
no energy. Like people were coming back up past me, talking to me. I was silent, wasn't speaking to nobody, just put my head down and that's not me, lad. Like head down and just grinded. Like there was people there 10, 15, 20 years, even more older than me. Do you know,
Mm.
I'm a professional athlete, keep in shape, everything like that. These people weren't as in shape or as fit as I was, and they were flying past me. My head was going like, what the hell is going on here? And they did say that the fittest people struggle with this, and it's not physically why they struggle. The reason that they struggle is because they're so fit that they can go on nice and quick and nice and fast and try and get up there first, and then they get altitude sickness. That wasn't the case for me though. Like I just got hit bad with altitude sickness. I got to the top anyway. Um, of that altitude acclimatization day. I had a coffee and a Snickers bar up there, and I was right as rain again. I had a
Yeah.
half an hour to myself, just sitting down, coming around, and I jogged back down again, lad. Like it ridiculous. Never felt anything like it. So physically, it wasn't that challenging. Like it was nice and slow
Cool.
pace every day, just keep climbing. But what I found the most difficult is like you are walking long hours every day. You're not eating the best of food every day. And when you're up there, it's just like you just want to get into your bed at night and get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Whereas these beds were like wooden boxes with a mattress about this thick and ice cold. Like the coldest night we had was minus 23. And when I tell you these rooms were no heaters, no insulation, no nothing, like this was the shacks we were in,
Mm.
minus 23, lad. Like it was so uncomfortable. That to me was the worst part, was the sleeping at nighttime because you couldn't sleep right because the altitude and the breath, like your breath was short, it was thin, it was just that was the most difficult part. Now it was something else, like definitely.
What was it like when you finally got to base camp and you turn around and you got that view behind you? I know I've seen a few photos on your social media. That must have been just a stunning moment in your life to turn around and go, you know what, A, we've done it, and B, wow, look at that.
Yeah. You'll be surprised. Base camp was underwhelming. It was like didn't live up to the hype. Like we were doing this big massive climb and we got there and it was absolutely Baltic cold. We just couldn't wait to turn and go back down again. Like the rock up there at base camp was kind of like graffitied on it and it was just a bit like oh this like just it was a bit cloudy that day too. We couldn't see Everest like clearly. Um but the next day
Mm,
we came back down and we stayed like you could still Everest was still in sight, you know. On our way back down, we got a good, great view. The clouds passed by. We got a beautiful view of Everest. But like I took off my glove to take a picture, lad. No joke. I took two pictures and I need to put my glove back on. My hand was stinging with the cold.
wow.
It was crazy. But I just want to get the mountain the next day. Now this lad, this was special. Calipater. So the next day, we came back down, we stayed the night, and it was optional then to go up Calipater Mountain. So we had to get up at like 3 a.m. in the morning to get the sunrise, the sun
Mm,
over Everest and everything. It's an unbelievable view. So it was pitch dark. We went out just to make sure there was no clouds because if there's clouds, it's a waste of time going up. It's a big climb for no
yeah,
reason. So the next morning we set off. We had the head torches on us, all wrapped up, and we just started climbing. All it was just one step at a time. And I think only four or five of us done that. There was 12 of us went. 10 of us made it to base camp. Two people had to turn back down, get helicopter down because of altitude sickness.
right.
But on Calipater, we went up there, and that was the hardest thing I think I've done. That was unbelievable. Now, that was physically challenging. You're just straight up out of bed, you're climbing this mountain, and I mean it's like that. Like it is just straight up. And
Right.
it's pitch dark. You don't know how far you're going, you don't know how far you've left. And we got to the top and I turned around and there she was, like Everest just sitting looking at you. It's so much better than base camp. If there's anybody that does Everest Base Camp do Calipater Mountain. I wouldn't even go to base camp. I would go to just the Calipater Mountain if I was ever to do it again, which I will not be doing again. But if I was, I would just be going to Calipater Mountain. The view was incredible, lad. And people says to me, "Oh, did you ever get emotional up there, or did you ever, feel a sense of achievement?" And I was texting back home whenever I got a bit of coverage on my phone, like being like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like it was underwhelming. I'm like
Mm,
just happy to be on my way back down. But I haven't really said this to anybody before. Like on my way back down from Calipater, I felt an unbelievable sense of achievement. And I just seen a rock over in the distance. And I went over and sat in the rock, lad, and I just started to bawl my eyes out. Why? I do not know. Like I have no idea what came over me. Like I mean like cried like a baby. Like it wasn't just like a few tears. I just like bawled my eyes out. That was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had. Like yes, I felt a sense of achievement there. But why the emotions and tears and everything came, I'm not too sure that. But
right.
it was unbelievable. It was incredible.
It sounds amazing, mate, and fair play to you for doing it. Um, Obviously, you've helped raise a lot of money for a great cause, and
Yeah, yeah.
also it's something that you'll never forget in your life either. Something like
Yeah,
that is just,
yeah.
you've seen a wonder of the world in effect, and maybe that's why it was a bit emotional. You got me at it now already. But you know
Yeah.
what? If ever there was anybody that deserved to have that experience, it's you, lad, because you're a good guy, and it's nice to hear that you actually enjoyed some of it eventually, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know,
Yeah. No, I appreciate
unbelievable.
that.
And thanks for telling us that story, mate.
Mm.
It's I could probably talk another hour with you like that, but we'll hear it around. So listen, I've just had a chat with your new signing, Rhys Owen. He
Yes.
is he's a good lad, isn't he? He's had a great amateur
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
Co-managed with the Conlans, I believe.
Yeah. With Jamie
And
Conlon. Yeah.
yeah, and he sounds like I know he's been in there sparring with Mr. Kakachi, and he sounds like he's got his head screwed on. Just tell
Mhm.
me about Reese and what made you decide he was one of the guys that you wanted to take on.
Rhys, there's something about Rhys.
Yeah, there
Um,
is.
he just has that something about him. Don't want to be cheesy and say the X factor, but there's just that thing that you can't put your finger on it, but he has it. Do you know what I mean?
He's got
And
boxing
obviously,
maturity without being mature.
yes. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I don't want to say he has it, and he hasn't even had his pro debut yet. But I mean, like, and the build up to everything and like just at things at face value now, like I'm so excited about Reese because he's, as you said, he's a great lad. When I first seen him, I was impressed by him. I went then to watch him in the National Elite Championships, and he just showed up in every fight, progressed every fight, like improved every fight that he was in, beat some really good lads and beat them convincingly. And then he went, became the Irish number one and, marked his territory as the national number one to
Yeah,
go to represent your country at international tournaments. And then he goes in and boxes in the Ulster Elites, where he has so much to lose because, like, it didn't matter if he won or lost the Ulster Elites, like, he was still Irish number one, and he had to come up against the likes of a Dylan Eglinson and some top lads out of Northern Ireland,
yeah,
and he breezed through them. And I really loved that about him, the way that he just continued to fight, continued to win, continued to want it all. And that's what you need as a professional. Like you need to get in there. You need to fight some fights that maybe you don't think's the right fight for you and try and, guide your career. That's what our job's for. That's what the manager's
yeah.
jobs are for. That's what the promoter's jobs are for. Just you trust in us and believe in us, and we're going to guide you down the right path. And that's what I really like about Reese. Look, as I said, he's a great lad. He's great personality, so much things going for him. And he's a great boxer inside distance, or sorry, when he's inside that mid distance, and he can box in the back foot as well. Puts his hands together, lovely body and head. He can dig a bit as too, which is always a positive for the professional game. So really excited for Reese now. There'll be some big fight news coming soon for him towards the end of the summer, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, well, I tried to get it out of him, but he wouldn't tell me. But I believe it's towards the end of August, beginning of September. That might be the time that he's going to get
Yeah,
out.
that's looking at the time frame right now. So fingers crossed now everything goes to plan, and yeah, he gets to announce himself on the professional boxing stage.
Not bad, it's not bad. You're picking a few decent lads up, aren't you? You in
Yeah.
years sports. It's going well for you.
Yeah, definitely. I just recently signed young Cian Hederman as well. Limerick light heavyweight, multiple national champion, represented Ireland as well. He is training right now at the minute with Hamza Shiraz, who's going to be fighting my old foe Edgar Berlanga.
Well, I was going
So
to get to
he's
that in a minute, but well done.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. So he's up there sparring now with Hamza and Andy Lee. I've been up in the gym now a couple of times with them, and Hamza's looking in great shape. Kane's getting in there, learning bags full of experience so early in his career. He hasn't even had a professional fight. He's been in the ring with Joseph Parker. He's been in the ring with Ben Whittaker, Hamza Shiraz now, and this is all thanks to Andy as well. Like Andy, has seen something in the kid, has,
Mm.
really took a liking to him as well. And, Kane has proven his worth as well to be in there because look, Andy's not just going to take anybody in to spar his guys, like, so we're really thankful for Andy for the connections there and the hookups there for Kane as well. So it's yeah, Kane's top class, like, and I'm really excited for him as well. He was meant to be making his pro debut in Galway on the GBM show, Kieran
Yeah.
Malloy undercard. Unfortunately, that has fallen through. So we're looking at a few different options for him. We're also looking at I've just signed a big heavyweight, Daniel Fakoyidi. He is
Easy for you to say.
Nigerian Irish. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's the way it spells, annoying. I haven't actually asked Daniel what is the correct pronunciation of it, but Daniel's an exciting young lad. Coming into the professional game, he doesn't have a whole lot of amateur experience, which I kind of like because
Yeah,
as a heavyweight, you need to be of that raw, that aggression, that raw power, that raw natural ability, and I believe that Daniel has that. He's very willing, very eager to learn, very committed, and Reese and Kane is very much the same. Like they don't have your 200, 200, 300 amateur fights the way that I did and a load of other amateurs have. Like these kids are young, hungry fighters that haven't been sickened from boxing since they were 10, 11 years of age. Like they're coming into their peak in their prime right now. They're full of energy, full of beans. And Daniel was meant to be making his professional debut on the Pierce O'Leary undercard in Dublin with Queensberry, which was never officially announced, but
yeah,
that
yeah.
was what was meant to be happening, but that obviously isn't happening right now. I don't know, is it postponed? Is it cancelled completely? But yeah, Daniel was scheduled to do that in Dublin, and Daniel, he's a popular guy as well. Would have shifted a lot of tickets for that card. So look, he's going to be a good kid, and I'm excited for him also.
It's all positive news, mate, in the Quigley camp, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's all good now. It definitely is.
Well, listen, you mentioned it before, and I have to ask because it's not far away. Mr. Balanga is taking on my mate Hamza Shiraz.
Yeah.
What a fight, mate! What a fight! This is close.
Yeah, this is like, I think Berlanga and his team and his aura really like try to propel himself as pound for pound best in the world. He's not pound for pound. He's
No,
not the best in the world, but he is a great fighter. And that's what I think a lot of people underestimate with Edgar. Like he hypes himself up to be the best in the world. And when he's not the best in the world, what does people do right away? Oh no, he's shit, he's no good. Just
mm,
because he's not the best in the world. But Edgar, people don't give him credit for his boxing ability. Edgar's got a great jab, he's got a great distance. He's got a boxing IQ. He hasn't really used that too much throughout his career because he got the name of the monster. 16 consecutive first round knockouts. He started to try and live up to this stature, but he's starting to realize now that I can't just blow everybody out of there. I need to box because he can box. Whereas Hamza, I think, is coming in at the perfect position right now.
yeah,
Just drew his last fight, didn't look his best. People are saying like, he's not what everybody says he would be. And this is great because everybody just has a bad night. Everybody has a bad performance. And also, Hamza's a big lad. Like him making 160, I was like,
I have no
wow.
clue how he did it.
That is crazy. Like, I think that this super middleweight division is going to suit him lovely. I think that this is going to be a very intriguing, interesting fight. And I believe that Hamza's got everything it takes to get the victory against Edgar Berlanga on July 12th. I think that is.
It is. What was the one thing when you fought Balanga that surprised you that you didn't expect?
His jab. He had a very good jab, and a solid jab. Like, it wasn't just a jab that poked you in the face, it was a jab that hit you in the face,
Right.
and he had power behind it. Um, and that was really it.
Yeah.
Like, but his boxing ability, like his calm composure in front of you as well. Like later on in the fight, he started to get frustrated with me. He couldn't just get inside and bull me out of there. I kept it very difficult for him, kept him at long range, and I believed like I give him a boxing lesson for some of those rounds. Taking away the knockdowns, like and he got so frustrated. And then you could see in his eyes the panic started to set in because he lives up to this monster of
Yeah.
hype. Want to knock this guy out of there, and then he's not doing it. Then the pressure's on him. So Hamza's got to look at these things, and he's got to play into these things. And I've been
Yeah.
up in the gym once or twice with Andy and Hamza as well. Like, and you know, he knows what Berlanga's about, and he knows that he's all talk, and he knows that, you know, he's not as confident in himself as he lets on he is.
I think with Hamza, and I know Hamza quite well, and he's an incredibly intelligent boxer. And
Mhm.
what the hookup with Andy Lee is absolute genius because Andy's just he's so what's the word? Good with the simple things. They don't need to be done any differently. I mean, you know that
100%.
yourself, but he's had
And
Joseph Parker in there.
it's calm and composed. It's not
Yeah,
roaring, shouting, and all this.
nah.
Rah. It's calm, composed, clear thinking, being
Yeah.
able to see what's going on, being able to counteract what's going on. Yeah,
And
this is a special connection with them too, I
one
think.
and one thing that I've learned over the years is that when I fight an elite fighter like Hamza, like yourself and Joseph Parker, these guys are all with Andy Lee at some point. Paddy Donovan, of course, as well.
Yeah.
When
Ben
those
Whitaker.
guys when those guys are in there, they've got elite class sparring that no one knows about because the
Yeah.
fighters in Ireland, they're top level, and the
Yeah.
English guys don't see them, not often
Yeah.
anyway. So they haven't got a clue they've been sparring. They haven't got a clue what the preparation's been like, and
Of
that gives
course.
them just a little bit of an edge, I think.
Yeah, 100%. You hit the nail on the head. Hamza's a very smart man.
Very much
Um,
so.
he's cool and calm as well, which is vital against Berlanga. You can't get caught up in this game of words and this, mental battle with him. Like you just need to say
I think the
calm and
word
calm.
is bullshit.
There you go. You hit the nail on the head. You can't get caught up in his bullshit. Like,
Yeah, and that's what a lot of the American fighters are like. They have a little bit of a smoke screen there to try and divert from the fact that they haven't quite got what perhaps they say they have. So,
yeah, 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 100%.
well, I'm looking forward to that fight, and I'm pretty sure that my man Hamza's going to come through that and look very good as well.
Yeah, yeah, of
Then you never
course.
know, Belanga might come back for a rematch
You never know. You never know.
because you've not actually come out and officially said I'm retired yet.
That's correct. That is correct. Maybe I'm training away up here in the hills of Donegal. You don't know what's in under this quarters up, lad. I could be wrapped up.
Listen, I saw you on Saturday night. I don't think you're quite ripped just yet. Now, listen, we've not got much time left, but I've been watching you online a little bit, not stalking you, obviously, but I've been watching your socials, and your golf swing's getting a little bit better. You're doing quite well
Yeah,
with the old golf, mate. You quite enjoy it, don't you?
love the golf, lad. Absolutely loving the golf now. Really, really am. It's
What's your handicap?
I'm playing off 14 right now. I
Oh,
was I
bandit.
w Yeah, I was down at 12 and then got a couple of lessons, changed one or two things. Everything went up then to about 14. So
Well, I'm
but
going to
yeah, like
challenge you. I'm going to challenge you because
okay,
my last handicap was two.
two.
But that was 2 years ago. I haven't played golf for 2 years ago. And my last handicap was two. As a youth, I actually was +3 as an amateur,
Wow.
so I wasn't bad.
Wow.
But I'm fat and old now, so I'm not sure
Okay.
it'll be
When
two,
was the
but
last time you played?
2 years ago,
You haven't lifted a club in 2 years.
I might have knocked it around the driving range a little bit here and there, but
Crazy. Well, I'm looking forward to this game of golf anyway, whenever I need to get race a date quick.
yeah, get him again. Well, no, not too quick, so I probably need to practice a little bit now. Well, Mr. Quigley, very nice to speak to you, sir. Very
Likewise,
nice to
lad,
speak to you.
likewise.
We wish you all the best with your new lads and the debuts and the current lads that you've got. And it sounds like you're getting a lovely little stable of boxers doing the right thing on the right shows, going the right way. And that's only good for boxing, mate. So best of
Thanks,
luck
thanks,
with
man.
that. And send me over the tag for the charity. We'll put that on this interview. And if
Lovely.
anyone's watching and they want to support, then please do so.
Appreciate it, lad. Thanks very much as always. Great chatting to you.
All good. Speak to you soon, my friend.
Bye bye.